welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, July 4th, 2018. I'm Yvette Boynes with the details. Vincentian Justice Adrian Saunders was sworn in today as the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, taking over from Sir Dennis Byron. The transition is part of the activities before the 39th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community at the Montego Bay Convention Center, Jamaica. In March of this year, it was announced that Justice Saunders, after an exhaustive international search, would be appointed the CCJ's third president. Justice Saunders is also the chairman of the Caribbean Association of Judicial Officers and the course director of the Halifax-based Commonwealth Judicial Education Institute's Intensive Study Program. He is also one of the Institute's directors. Justice Saunders has also co-authored the book Fundamentals of Caribbean Constitutional Law and is a contributing editor of the Caribbean Civil Court Practice. In April this year, he was appointed to the advisory board of the Global Judicial Integrity Network by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. He was called to the bar of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in 1977. Justice Saunders also worked with Sir Dennis at the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court and was reunited with him in 2011 when Sir Dennis was appointed president of the CCJ. At his swearing-in ceremony today, Justice Saunders said he considered himself exceptionally fortunate to take up the responsibilities of the CCJ.
I have been preceded in that office by two outstanding Caribbean jurists, and I was privileged to have enjoyed a close collegial relationship with both of them. Each in his own way, Justice Diagnostic and Sir Dennis Byron, has contributed to the solid platform upon which the court now rests. I express my profound gratitude to them for their service, and in particular to Sir Dennis for his mentorship over several years and his friendship, his guidance. I'm only too well aware of the fact that I am the first president of the CCJ who has received legal training entirely in the Caribbean. This is a circumstance that signals the growing maturity of the court as it marches forward as another Caribbean institution, forging its own destiny, catering specifically to the imperatives of our region, guided by our own unique insight.
Justice Saunders told the large gathering that the region has no good reason to doubt its ability to grasp full responsibility for interpreting and applying its own laws.
This is an obligation that is naturally assumed by all civilized peoples. It is remarkable and regrettable that there are still some who harbor misgivings about the region's capacity to discharge that responsibility in an efficient and effective manner. Over the last 13 years, the Caribbean Court of Justice has demonstrated its mettle. The high caliber of its judgments speaks for itself. But even beyond the jurisprudence, through bodies like the Caribbean Association of Judicial Officers, the Caribbean Academy of Law, the Jurist Project, among others, the CCJ invests time and resources in making the administration of justice more efficient and in improving the quality of judges in the region.
This country's Health Minister, Luke Brown, has called for more healthcare services to be made available to kidney patients. Delivering remarks at the opening of the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center on Monday, Minister Brown said even though this is the first public facility to offer hemodialysis, more has to be done to save lives and improve the lot of kidney patients here. He also praised the work of private institutions which have taken up the mantle to provide dialysis services to kidney patients.
That we have expanded access to hemodialysis in this country, but we know that dialysis for a kidney patient is meant to be a temporary solution, and we should think about being able to perform kidney transplants. We must not be satisfied with anything but the best in the world. We are in a position now to resume chemotherapy, but we know that we have to do considerable work to strengthen our cancer treatment program, possibly through partnerships. We will work our healthcare system up to higher and higher levels of complexity, even as we strive to get the simple things right. We remember today, in a special way, all the persons who are no longer with us and who could have benefited from the services that would be provided at this facility. I thank Health Solutions for the work they did in this area before the government was able to get to this place. We thank God for those who are still alive and who will have this facility at their disposal and whose outlook is therefore much brighter.
Minister Brown said that the government remains committed to providing quality health care to all Vincentians, with a number of other facilities set to become operational soon.
Even though we have this facility now, we should all strive to live in such a way as to reduce the likelihood of us needing to come to the center after its opening, except maybe for a little sightseeing. The opening of this modern medical and diagnostic center will be followed in quick succession by the opening of 2 polyclinics, one in Bukament and one in Maracua. We will shortly commence repairs on the roof of the nearby Smart Hospital and later on carry out some other work within this complex. Don't think that this is the end of the road. It is an ongoing process. We are at a good milestone, but it is not the end of the road. There is, as always in these matters, a lot of work still to be done. We are happy for this achievement, but we are already setting our sights on the next goals, including building the acute referral hospital in Arners Vale, the new city.
Under the theme Food Safety for the Carnival season, for the past week, the Public Health Department has been training food handlers to ensure that they maintain safe food practices for the season. Mishka Garaway, an environmental health officer, said the department has been sensitizing food handlers on issues such as food storage and personal hygiene.
Conducting food handlers training here at the Ministry of Health under the theme Food Safety for Vincimas. Bearing in mind that food handler certificate is not only for Vincimas, but it's also a year-round practice here at the Public Health Department. Okay, so it's a training program where we impart knowledge, responsibilities, right, and guidelines to the food handlers so as to ensure that we have safe food practices to the public that would minimize foodborne illnesses and diseases.
Garaway said the public can be confident that persons with a food handler's certificate will provide food that is fit for consumption.
Ask the person selling the food for their food handler's certificate. Okay, after the training has been completed, each person is given a food handler certificate from the health department and also a certificate from the doctor. Okay, these are put together and should be kept when they sell the food, and the public should feel safe knowing that these persons were exposed to safe practicing of food.
Meanwhile, the Chief Environmental Health Officer, Nari James, and another colleague gave presentations on safe food practices.
You will have nails, but we ask that your nails then be very short. Even if your nails are very short, you still have to scrub them. You have to position yourself someplace that is clean, some place that you could get your hands washed, some place also where you could relieve yourself, okay? And some hot food hot, cold food cold. You're not sure, if you are not sure of the food that you are going to eat or sell, don't use it. But the best thing for you to do is to ensure that persons don't get sick when they eat your food. So you prepare just enough food so that you will serve it within 2 hours.
But the gloves do not protect your hands at all. It's to protect the customers from you contaminating the food. So therefore you have to treat the gloves in a particular way. So if you're moving from, especially if you're multitasking, you're moving from this work and you go to a different operation, you need to change your gloves between operations.
An education official in SVG has identified the need for more entrepreneurs and praised those persons who have chosen to upgrade their skills. Making the comment on Friday at the graduation ceremony of the Glen Learning Center, Digra Michael said many persons prefer to sit and wait to be employed, but urged the graduates to let their proactive work take them places.
All of you here today, you are now equipped with the skills necessary to gain employment. I think the areas of entrepreneurship and self-employment, too often we see these lacking in our society. Persons would rather sit at home for a year, 2, 3, or even more, waiting for someone to hire them or call them for a job. And they say, well, no jobs are there. But here you are, I'm looking at the areas that you were trained in. You have computer skills, auto body repair, basic engine repair, food preparation. All of these areas are areas where you can decide, I am going to take control of my life. I'm going to go out there, put my training to good use and start my own business.
Kathleen Jeffers, Director of the Division of Adult and Continuing Education, encouraged the graduates to combine the knowledge gained along with positive life choices to build a strong foundation.
You need to apply them in assisting you in making choices, good decisions, and to develop yourself holistically. Let me remind you that you are in a world that is hostile, very competitive, and many attractions and distractions that will confuse you. Be mindful of the things you do, the places you go, and the company that you keep. Try at all times to stay positive and allow yourself to be influenced by positive things and people. I know it is not going to be an easy task. Even Paul in the Bible stated, when he wanted to do what was right, he was tempted to do evil. God's grace is sufficient to keep you, but you have to find that source of strength in Him.
Meanwhile, Adrian Samuel, head of the Glen Learning Center, said the center has served more than 100 persons in the last year and highlighted some of the successes of past students.
All the persons we sent on attachment were kept as permanent staff, and one even got the opportunity to travel abroad as part of the company staff. That's a major achievement, so we have to be very happy about that. The programs we offer are unique for persons to gain a skillful irrespective of their qualification and matriculation. What I mean, you don't need any kind of CXC subjects to be enrolled in any of the programs. All you need is the willingness to learn.
Little Chris Christopher of the Layu Government School extended his reign as he once again seized the crown in the primary school junior Calypso competition at Victoria Park yesterday. SVG-TV's Barvin Oliver tells us more in this report.
Oh, what a tangled web. Christian Little Chris Christopher added one more crown to his collection as he beat 7 other contenders to emerge champion in the primary school's category of the junior Calypso competition yesterday. Taking the second position was Danik Sweet Dazelle Edwards of the Greg's Government School with the composition AIA Good. And third was Matthew John of the Stubbs Government School with Welcome to AIA. Here is a highlight of the top 3 primary school performances. In the secondary schools category, Damian Boniman Noel of the St. Martin Secondary School silenced his competition with Silence Never to capture the crown, while Mariah Young Saya Robertson of the West St. George Secondary School took second place. And Christopher Backus of the St. Martin Secondary School came in third. Here is a highlight of Boniman's performance. In the Junior Soca Monarch competition, Tashika Shorty Andrews of the Bishop's College Kingston was in splendid form, taking the crown with Cut Them Off, while Mariah Young Saya Robertson was second place and Kivisha Princess Levy Robertson taking the third spot. 8 students took part in each category and battled the showers to perform their songs. The Junior Calypso and Soca competition follows Saturday's Junior Carnival and the Vinlek Junior Pan competitions as events exclusively for young artists. For Carnival Beat, I am Barvin Oliver.
With just 3 days to go before the biggest event on the Vincy Mas calendar, the Raga and Soca Monarch competition, 2 more Soca artists have staked their confidence in copping the 2018 Soca Monarch title. Speaking today with SVG-TV's news, Joel the Fugitive BB and Kester Flanker Chapman both said they intend to bring their A-game to Carnival City this Saturday night. We hear more in this report.
Countdown will soon be over as 21 Soca artists continue to prepare for an event which can skyrocket their careers, the 2018 Raga Soca and Soca Monarch competitions. In tonight's feature, we speak to 2 heavy hitters who both have their sights set on the 2018 Soca Monarch crown, Joel the Fugitive Bibi and Kester Flanker Chapman. Having entered the Soca arena in 2016 with the popular Papa Willie track, radio announcer and disc jockey Joel the Fugitive Bibi made it as far as the Soca semis last year. He said he has seen growth during this time and is ready to capitalize on that growth.
That was the mission. I realized the trend and I just accepted it for what it is. You know, so the finals were here. You know, so I'm gonna bring it. Usually when it comes to these type of activities, well, especially competitions, I don't take anything for granted, you know, and I do not underestimate anyone in a competition. I mean, there's the big hurrah about Skinny and Fireman Hooper. I am happy that they're in the competition. Big up to the guys for, you know, holding the fort for the longest while. But I mean, here comes Fugitive. From the very beginning at 9 right down to the very end, whatever time that is, I will be inside number 7 Power Soca Monarch category. Fire start! Holy for them getting bondung. Bogori getting bond. No fire brigade, pedophilia getting bun. No fire brigade, tell them rape getting bun. No fire brigade, Saturday night lightning, thunder, brimstone, fire bomb inside Victoria Park.
Making it to the Soca Monarch finals for the 3rd consecutive year, the ever-energetic Kester Flanker Chapman said he is aiming for nothing but the top spot in this year's competition.
Well, when I hear Flanker run up on stage Saturday night and you hear the intro first, and the intro are mad and bad, and then you go hear Bona Mako Man, and then the whole place burn up, everything mash up, everything turn over. Bay vibes in a Soca Monarch this Saturday night. For the past 3 years in the game, I've been getting better and better as the years goes by. So anybody who come in Soca Monarch this Saturday can look out for something bigger and better from Flanker this year. Flanker will be performing at number 4 position in the Soca Monarch competition, and it's gonna be big fire in the park because Mako Man will get burned from start to finish. Them will get roast when they see me run on and say, look him, them too watchy, them a watchy catty, them too watchy, him a watchy girl. Soca Monarch this Saturday is gonna be mass in the park.
The entire Vincentian public is being urged to come out and support all 21 artists vying for the 2018 Raga Soca Monarch and Soca Monarch titles, which is slated to begin at 9 p.m. sharp at Carnival City this Saturday, July 7th. Reporting for Carnival Beat, I am Nikita Tony.
This country's reigning road march king, Shirt's problem child James, says he is not dependent on titles but instead is focused on building his brand and by extension that of SVG. In an interview with SVG-TV's Nikita Tony today, James said so far 2018 has been a great year for him musically, with his work gaining even more recognition regionally and on the international stage. He said this has demonstrated the importance of promoting his brand and he has taken advantage of every opportunity to do so.
Something I've been doing via social media and things like that, you know, recap videos, pictures, use whatever other means or talent you may have to get it out there, whether it be like the little bit of fitness that I'm into, a little bit of fashion that I'm into, whatever the case may be. And what has happened is since Trinidad Carnival, this year, 2018, I've been given a bigger platform to showcase my talent, and hence given the opportunity for my brand to grow a little bit with shows like the Machelle Mondays and the Kess Tuesday on the Rocks, and I've just been trying to take full advantage of those occurrences.
James, who is also a songwriter, said he is quite pleased with the reception his 2018 Vincy Soca hits have been getting.
I'd love to win again, you know, but if I don't, it's okay, you know. I think I have two songs that might be in the race right now, which is New Anthem and Love the Road. Last year I only had one song that was really realistically in the race, and this year I believe both songs are realistically in the race. My popularity grew not based on winning the road march in St. Vincent. Of course it helped because the word got out there, no problem with road march, but there was more or less people saying that someone who they were familiar with won the title. Not so much who won the title, oh problem win the title, if you understand what I'm saying. And it was a project called the 2 AM project that myself and Friction, and our Vincentian producer, he's here currently, put together with songs like Splinters, Like You Like This, with Kess and Patrice Robertson, Middle of Something with myself, where I wrote all 3 songs, and Friction produced the beat that really, you know, gave us that little bit more of a push towards the direction that we're headed in. Not so much the title per se, so I would love to win, but I'm not depending on winning.
Having stayed out of the Soca Monarch competition for some 3 years, James shed some light on a recent promise he made to his supporters via social media to re-enter the competition if he wins the 2018 Road March title.
I would actually have to win the road march, and it's only as a promise to my, as a reward, so to speak, to my fans, because they've been begging me and asking me to. A lot of people have been telling me, no, don't do it. But if I do it, I wouldn't be doing it for me. I would probably do it, and I would do it one last time for sure. And it's just, I don't know how we would take care of this part of it, but it's just certain little things I would like to be put in place. It'd be kind of weird for me as an individual to speak up and say, well, I want this to happen in order for me to enter Soca Monarch, because who am I? You know, I don't make the rules, but that's what would make me comfortable or make me feel like the playing field is level. And that's what it would basically take, is for the playing field to be level. Big up SVG-TV, thank you for having me here. Big up to all the Problem Child fans. Follow me on social media, that's Instagram at Real Problem Child. It's Johnny Fontaine on Facebook. There's also a Problem Child fan page. Enjoy the rest of your Vincy Mass. Please be safe, drink responsibly, come out to all the events, any and all, support local culture, support all the artists them making a contribution to the art form, and I'll be very, very, very grateful for that.